In the Valley, this is the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week. Sponsored by Stadium GM and Sheely's.
Coming to you live from Buzz Riddle Gymnasium on the campus of Westminster College. Tonight, the spotlight shines on the President's Athletic Conference as the Westminster Titans play host to the Grove City Wolverines in men's and women's college basketball action. Hi again, everybody. Chad Krispinski alongside Jeff Hammerton. Glad you're with us here from Western Pennsylvania. We'll start with the ladies. Westminster coming in having won 5 straight games. They are 8-5 overall, 5-2 in the President's Athletic Conference. Grove City, meanwhile, is seeking a second straight victory. The Wolverines are 7-5 and 4-2 in the PAC. This is one of those rivalry games. We see them in the college ranks. We see them in the high school ranks. When these two get together, it's typically a pretty hotly contested contest.
Yeah, and right now both of these teams are jockeying for position in the President's Athletic Conference. Westminster's in 3rd place, Grove City's in 4th. And in these rivalry games, especially in conference, you want to defend your home court. So you know Westminster has a little more extra to prove tonight because this game's on their home floor.
Grove City has won 5 of their last 6 meetings with Westminster, so that's something to watch moving forward. There are plenty of local ties for both sides when you look at this contest here heading in. We'll start with the Westminster side, and you'll see them through the course of the game. For Westminster, we have Lindsay Bell of Ursuline, Caitlin Condolian from Warren JFK, Camden Hergenrother from Cardinal Mooney, Mariah Vincent from Kennedy Catholic, and of course the Titans assistant coach Megan Sefcik, the head coach Roseanne Scott. She's a native of Struthers. On the other side, local ties from Grove City as you look at the Wolverines program. Nina Kano out of Greenville and Clara Hannon out of Grove City. And there you get a look at Grove City head coach Shelly Foose. She is assisted by former Cardinal Mooney girls head basketball coach Jason Baker. So some familiar names, some familiar faces that we've grown accustomed to seeing in the Valley as well.
Yeah, and I got to coach against Coach Baker for many years, and now Coach Baker's going to get to see what it's like to coach against Cam Hergenrother, who I had the pleasure or unpleasure to coach against for so many years at Boardman. What a player she is. I'm excited to see her now in the college ranks.
And so we are all set for the opening tip. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this one. It is President's Athletic Conference basketball. Here, a special presentation of the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week. And the opening tip is controlled by Grove City, and we are underway. They have it onto the wing into the hands of Clara Hannon. Back out front to Allison Podcool. And this is Mara Polchinski into the paint. Now Kano off the dribble and spinning is Hannon. Underneath low post, spinning shot no good for Kano. Offensive board taken down by the Wolverines. Jumper up for Hannon, it won't go. And the rebound to Hergenrother of Westminster.
Yeah, great defensive set there by Westminster. What the Titans are doing is they're playing a pack line defense. They're forcing Grove City to have to look for that 3-point shot. I was watching in pregame. Grove City's got a lot of size, so they're going to try to go down low. They got some looks on the low block, but just better defense by the Titans.
Westminster with a turnover. Hergenrother stepped on the near sideline. Just underway, no score. Podcool top of the key. Into the hands of Polchinski. Off the dribble comes Kalock. From the right side, Hannon triggers and misses. And the rebound down to Lindsay Bell, a product of Ursuline High School. Up ahead of the pack, Hergenrother has it outside the 3-point line. Outside triple try, up off the back edge, it won't go. And the rebound to Mara Polchinski of Grove City, quickly down the floor. Podcool's shot is deflected. Hergenrother out in front. There's Megan Polchinski, baseline take over to Bell. Bell off the glass and in.
And that's Mooney to Ursuline right there. Hergenrother to Lindsay Bell. And that's why Hergenrother is one of the top assist person in the President's Athletic Conference.
Kalock puts it up and in. And we are tied at 2 with 8:24 left in quarter number 1.
And after makes, you see what the Wolverines are going to do. They're going to press. They're going to show a little token 2-2-1 press.
Murillo feeds it middle of the paint. Scoop shot up and good for Polchinski. Plus the foul to go with it. And our keys to the game are brought to you by Avalon Pizza Downtown. Avalon Downtown, the Valley's best pizza.
For Grove City, they want to play with pace tonight. Westminster, they got to win the battle of the boards, and both teams need to be defensive if they want to win this big rivalry showdown.
Both of them certainly get after it on the defensive side. Westminster with the and one. It's 5-2 in favor of the Titans. 8 minutes to play in the quarter. Onto the right side. Wolverines have it. They now take it off the dribble. Scoop shot up. No good for Kalock. Off the miss. Westminster with a rebound. Up to Powell. Powell penetrates. Puts it up. Puts it off the side of the rim. No good. Kano with a rebound for Westminster. Up ahead of the pack. Podkol put it up and in.
And that's twice Podkol has beaten Westminster down the floor. She does a great job of running the floor. Call her a rim runner. She's going to go from paint to paint, and she's going to get good looks all night if Westminster can't get back on defense.
Polchinski has it to Hergenrother. Polchinski into the paint. Great feed. Off the glass, and it rattles in for Natalie Murillo. Grove City wasting very little time off the miss. That one up and in, plus the foul. Wolverines with a chance for an and one. Polchinski put it up and in. And it's a 1-point lead at the moment for Westminster. Polchinski is a 64% free throw shooter. Checking in for Grove City, Kylie Ingram out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And the and one is complete. And we are tied at 7.
And people at home might hear you call Polchinski on both sides. It's important to note that the sisters are playing against each other tonight.
Tracking it down is Hergenrother up at the top of the key. Murillo fires and hits from deep. And the triple try increases the lead. It is now 10-7. Into the paint, backing in. Grove City feeds it back outside. That shot up, and it's off the mark, out of bounds. And it'll stay right here with 6:39 left to play. Wolverines have it. Underneath, Polchinski feeds it up to the free throw line to Podkol. Near side, Polchinski fires. It rattles halfway home and comes back out. Bodies flying every which way, and it's out of bounds. It stays with Grove City.
Yeah, that was off Natalie Murillo. Murillo, she's the leading scorer in the President's Athletic Conference, and you can see why. For the first couple possessions, she averages over 17 points a game for the Titans.
Wolverines have it. Ball is in and underneath to Ingram. That one intercepted, picked off by Hergenrother. Hergenrother to the line, to the lane, lobs it up for Bell. Back outside. Murillo for three. Short off the front edge. It won't go, and the ball trickles out of bounds, and it goes back to the Wolverines.
Now, the three didn't go in, but great ball movement there by the Titans. Hergenrother with the steal. She comes in as not only the second leading assist person in the conference, but also second in steals in the conference. She really gets after it defensively.
Over the time stripe into the forecourt, onto the right wing, into the hands of Durig for Grove City. Outside Kalock. Now Polchinski, bounce pass underneath. Ingram scoops it up and in with a left hand.
Yeah, when the Wolverines get a made basket, they come out in that 2-2-1 pressure.
And it's 10-9 in favor of Westminster. There's that pressure Grove City's so known for. Intercepted and stuck back up and in by Kalock.
Those are the turnovers that are tough as a coach. You know, you're going to have turnovers in the game, but those turnovers that lead to instant offense for the other team really gets the other team on those runs. Got to eliminate those if you want to stay in a basketball game.
Grove City with a 1-point lead. Polchinski looked for the bounce pass near the right low block, but it was kicked. Grove City goes back to the bench, and we will see Jaden Davensizer Basketball belongs to Westminster. Polchinski just inside the paint. Bounce pass underneath, and a whistle and a foul will send Lindsey Bell to the free throw line. Foul is called on Ashley Durig of Grove City. As we get a look at it.
Now that's Durig's first foul, sending Lindsey Bell to the free throw line. I watched her make a lot of free throws back in the Youngstown area when she was playing at Ursuline.
Of course, her dad is the late Wally Bell, former Major League Baseball umpire, as she put it up and in. And it's 12-11 in favor of Westminster.
Good sub here by Coach Scott, getting Hergenrother back into the game. The pressure caused a couple turnovers. You want to get your starting point guard to feel comfortable handling pressure back onto the floor.
Ashley Durig has it onto the wing. This is Kaylock off the dribble. Kaylock loses the handle, and it is out of bounds, and will go back to Westminster.
Both these teams want to get defensive, and that was a key to the game. You can see how they do it two different ways. Grove City's all the way up, pressuring full court, where in the half court, the Titans seem to excel.
Titans trying to break that press. They do so. Megan Polchinski penetrates, whips it to the corner. Baseline jumper, no good by Emily Hess. Westminster with the offensive board. Crossing over is Polchinski. Underhand pitch. They now swing it to the wing. This is Mariah Vincent. Over to Hergenrother, firing. Three ball up, around, and it falls out. And the rebound comes down to Podkol. Up ahead of the pack. Kaylock off the dribble once again. Raises up off the front edge of the rim. Offensive rebound cleaned up. That one won't go. Courtesy of Ingram, and here comes Westminster back up the floor. Hergenrother out of Cardinal Mooney High School reverses her tracks onto the wing. Three ball on the way, up and good for Mariah Vincent, and the former Kennedy Catholic standout splashes it in, and it's 15-11. They lob it into the paint. Ingram backing in, puts it up. It's no good, and it is out of bounds with 4:06 left to play. We'll take timeout. Westminster with a 4-point lead in the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Len Rome and Jim Lowboy, 33 WYTV News Daybreak.
Are you tired of your bank caring more about taking your money than about you? At ASECU, we're open to the community and proud to be one of the last locally owned and operated financial institutions in the Valley. Want to keep your money local and save hundreds on your home or auto loan? It's time to make the move to ASECU, where people, not profit, has always been our first priority. Stop in today and experience the credit union difference. ASECU, a service everyone can use.
Winter is coming, and the Stadium GM Pre-Owned Superstore has a safe-to-go-in-the-snow vehicle for everyone at the best prices in the Valley. For families, we've got excellent pre-owned SUVs like Terrains, Equinoxes, Encores, and Trax. For truck buyers, we've got plenty of two-wheel drives, four-wheel drives, and tough Super Duties. And for the luxury buyer, we've got the area's best selection of pre-owned Cadillacs you'll find. So log on to StadiumGM.com to see our great selection and even fill out a credit app. All at the store, where Zero Down delivers every day. The Stadium GM Pre-Owned Superstore in Salem.
Good luck to both teams tonight from America's Wholesale Outlet. You'll never know what you'll find at America's Wholesale Outlet. South Avenue next to the Amish Market.
Back to Buzz Riddle Gymnasium at Westminster College. Westminster 15, Grove City 11. Our college basketball action being streamed live at WKBN.com. Download the WKBN app to watch all of our games all season long. You'll also find scores, stories, highlights, and more. Download the WKBN mobile app today. Chad Krispinski, Jeff Hammerton with you. Glad to bring you some college basketball here. A doubleheader affair at Westminster. A rivalry affair between Westminster and Grove City. Ball is out of bounds. There's 3:56 to play in the opening quarter.
Westminster's taking Lindsey Bell off the floor now. There was a big inside that was giving them a lot of offense and second chance opportunities. They're a little short side now. Let's see how they go and attack the taller Grove City Wolverines.
Murray over the basketball, hands it off to Hergenrother. Hergenrother lobs it to nobody. It's out of bounds. Had a chance to talk to Roseanne Scott, the head coach of Westminster, yesterday, and although there was a turnover there, she said she has some really high praise for Hergenrother says she's a real coach on the floor. Distributes the ball well. Very heady player. High basketball IQ. Off the dribble comes Durrett for Grove City. Ball is out of bounds, and it goes back to Westminster.
Hergenrother did get the turnover there, but she was looking for the pick person to roll to the hoop. She was almost guiding the player that she wanted to go to the hoop. She didn't roll at that time. That's why she got the turnover, but it was a Hetty's play, and it was probably the right play if the roll was there.
Hergenrother with the basketball. She brings it over to the near side and hands it off to Mariah Vincent. Underneath Maria, top side, jumper up for Hess, rattles in. And it's 17-11. Off the dribble. This is Podkol with the left hand. Can't get it to fall. Off the miss. Powell with the rebound. Maria brings it across the time stripe. Has it onto the wing. They whip it over to the left side to Powell. Into the hands of Hess. And now outside Mariah Vincent. And Hergenrother will now survey the scene. Right to the elbow. This is Murillo. Strong take. She put it in.
That is a strong move. Get the ball at the high post and attack the big right to the hole.
Underneath, the ball ends up with Podkol. It is ripped free and then a tie-up. And the possession arrow is going to give it back to the Titans. And now some wholesale substitutions coming in for Grove City and a couple of others for Westminster.
Yeah, you see on the replay, Podkol does a great job of running the floor. She's been getting to that spot all night long on the secondary and fast breaks for the Wolverines. Just better defense there by the Titans to force the jump ball.
19-11 is our score. Hergenrother tried to draw some contact, but the ball is rejected and out of bounds. It'll stay right here.
Said try to draw some contact. I thought she did draw some contact.
Too.
I thought she was going to shoot too for sure.
Ball is out of bounds, and this time it goes to Grove City.
What a difference. We've been calling these high school games, that game with a shot clock. Really speeds it up. Teams can't be so deliberate in the half-court set. Now they got to get the ball and they got to get to the hoop within those 30 seconds.
Into the corner, triple try. It's an air ball. And the rebound comes down to Westminster. Ahead of the pack to Hergenrother. Hergenrother up to the top of the key. Polchinski bounce pass to the corner. It is Bell. Outside Hergenrother. This is Powell up to the top of the key. Off the dribble, Murillo. Murillo's shot is blocked. But a late whistle comes flying in, and it's a foul on Grove City's Haley Finchel.
Those are one of those calls, too, as a coach. You go crazy. You're like, there's a ref right underneath. He didn't blow his whistle. How do you have that call way out there? But there must have been somebody somewhere that he saw it.
And that is the first on Finchel. And the free throw rattles up and out. Yep. And the second free throw is no good. Grove City comes down with the rebound. Clara Hannon has it outside the three-point line. They swing it around to Finchel, right of the lane, and spinning into it is Kano, who puts it up. It won't go, but she will now have a chance to shoot a couple.
Yeah, they're going to get Lindsey Bell there with the foul. Bell was in good position. If she just stayed straight up, I think she would have been all right. It's when she brings this arm down there that she gets the slap. And we get free throws for the Wolverines.
So to the free throw line will step Nina Kano out of Greenville High School. Another one of those local connections to the WKBN Sports Team 27 viewing area. Her younger brother Ben Kano, we'll see a little later, a member of the Grove City men's basketball team, is a 50% free throw shooter, is Kano. And that free throw off the back edge, it is no good. We stay with an 8-point lead for Westminster at 19-11 inside of 90 seconds left in quarter number 1. Hergenrother has it on the right side. Great feed, baseline take, Polchinski, a little bit too strong. And Grove City comes down with the rebound. K-Lock, quick trigger, can't get it to go. Bell with the rebound. Ahead to Hergenrother. Camden Hergenrother feeds it right side. Great look. Not converted, however, and Grove City comes down with it. They'll push it up the floor. K-Lock to the line, to the lane, puts it up. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, fought for. That shot way off the mark. Hergenrother may be injured as she's looking at her finger.
No, I think she lost a contact, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, you might be right. So we have an official's timeout. Yeah, you're right. Looks like it is a contact. Boy, that's great eyes on your part to see that from all the way up here.
From a contact wearer, I sensed it when I saw her.
I'm with you.
I've gone through many different lenses. I've gone through the soft lens, the semi-gas permeable ones, to the ones I'm wearing now. And I can tell you, when those things pop out, you feel it right away.
Every week we pick a player of the game. It's one player that has made the greatest impact during our game of the week. The player of the game is sponsored by Nightline Embroidery and Bios Wellness Urgent Care. We'll feature the player of the game every Monday on WKBN 27 First News. Into the ball game, another local product for Westminster. It is Caitlin Condolian out of Warren JFK High School.
Not only is she a great basketball player, I've seen her on the tennis court too. She can play that sport as well.
Love all the local connections for both teams, for both the men's and women's programs. Inside 30 seconds left, shot clock down to 12. This is Hergenrother. Hergenrother spinning free. She is cut off. Hergenrother feeds it to Condolian. 10 seconds, now 9. Ball is ripped free. Grove City comes up with it. Good steal by Kano. And now Podkol will race it up ahead. Final seconds. Podkol fires off the glass and in for 3 to beat the buzzer. What a way to end the first quarter. We head to the second quarter, and it's 19-16. We go to the second after this on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Aaron Dean, weeknights on 33 WYTV News.
Why did I choose Westminster College? Because real experiences lead to real success.
Sweeney is your General Motors lease return headquarters. No matter where you bought your GM vehicle, we accept all Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC lease returns. Free of judgment, free of hassle, with no questions asked. Safely and securely. Now it's even better. If we buy your car, we'll cut you a check for $2,000 whether you purchased it at Sweeney or not. Plus, we'll waive your disposition fee. Click SweeneyCars.com or stop by Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC on Market Street in Boardman. Sweeney.
Throughout this COVID pandemic, many people have felt more anxiety than ever before. At Churchill Counseling, we're here to help. We continue to offer all of our counseling and psychiatric services both in person and through telehealth. Your mental health and wellness continues to be our priority. We work with individuals, couples, and families with locations in Canfield and Liberty. To learn more about the services we provide, visit churchillcounseling.com. When it's time to take back your life, call Churchill Counseling.
And welcome back. Second quarter underway. Westminster with the basketball. Hergenrother with a fadeaway shot. It's no good. And off that miss, Grove City ends up with it. Here come the Wolverines down the floor. Shot way off the mark by Davensizer. What a way to end things in the first quarter. Westminster now up by 3 at 19-16.
Yeah, Grove City really needed that bucket at the end of the quarter. They were struggling to put the ball in the hole in that first quarter. That shot from half court might spark them, hit a couple shots, and get back into the game.
Off the dribble comes Mackenzie Powell. Powell puts it up. Strong take. It won't go. And off the miss. Rebound down to Nina Kano. And we have a whistle and a foul on Westminster. And it'll be tagged to Megan Polchinski. And that'll be her first.
The fouls are done a little different in the college game for girls basketball. There's 5 team fouls in a quarter before they start shooting 2 free throws, no 1-and-1.
Yeah, no 1-and-1s in women's basketball and college basketball.
So what happens there is that's just the first foul of the second quarter for Westminster.
Kano into the paint, scoops it up, but she took an extra step at least and walked. And the turnover will give it right back to Westminster. So the ball is into Hergenrother. She sprints it across the time stripe. Hergenrother, jump stop, puts it up. She was fouled.
They're going to call that on the floor. They're not going to give her the free throws. But what Hergenrother does that's really good is she changes speeds and changes pace pretty quickly. I like what Hergenrother's doing here. She's going right to the line. She wants the free throws.
The officials say, nope, no can do.
It's a veteran move right there, though. Someone who knows how to score. Just go walk to the line. They'll tell you if you're going to take it out of bounds or not.
By the way, that foul was on Mara Polchinski. That's her second, and so we'll see a substitution coming in for her in all likelihood. The next dead ball, spinning free is Polchinski. Off the glass, off the rim, no good. Rebound down to Mara Polchinski. Over the time stripe into the forecourt. This is Davensizer. Outside the three-point line to Kano. Underneath, Podkul fights it up and in.
And Podkul's very active inside the paint. I've been watching her run the floor. She gets to that spot multiple times. Westminster's done a better job later in the first quarter and in the second quarter of keeping her from getting easy runouts.
Powell raises up. That one too strong. Bell with the offensive board. Murillo fires for three and knocks it down.
You can see how she's the top scorer in this conference. She really shoots the ball well from the outside, and she can score in many different ways as well.
22-18 is our score. Triple try. Trying to answer back is Kaylock. There's a foul called on the floor.
They're going to get Lindsey Bell here with the foul, and I think that's her second.
And so a trio of substitutions are coming in. For Grove City, we have Haley Hertzler, Clara Hannon, and Kylie Ingram. And then in for Westminster, it's Mariah Vincent back in. And also checking in is Elena Moore, a freshman out of Weirton, West Virginia. Grove City ball. Wolverines down by 4. Into the corner, Kaylock goes off the dribble. Fights it up off the front edge. It won't go. Rebound fought for, and it's back into the hands of Grove City's Haley Hertzler.
The Titans have switched it up a little bit, going 2-3 zone. Forcing the Wolverines to shoot more from the outside, try to take away the paint a little bit. And with Bell out of the game, bringing more in, showing a little bit of zone, might be a switch up that confuses Grove City.
Hertzler outside. They feed it underneath low post to Ingram. Pass is intercepted. Taken away by Megan Polchinski. That defense showing up for both sides in this first half. Off the dribble and the crossover. Polchinski takes it to the left side. Spins, puts it off the glass. No. It's cleaned up and stuck back up and in by Elena Moore. And a chance at a three-point play.
Polchinski made it happen on both ends. What the guards can do when a big gets it inside is when they bring that ball down, swipe at it. She got the steal, pushed the pace, didn't make the layup, but that allowed Moore on the backside to clean it all up.
So to the free throw line will step Elena Moore. 75% free throw shooter. Good looking stroke. And she put it in. And it is 25-18. Up at the top of the key, this is Haley Hertzler. Hertzler onto the wing to Kaylock. Kaylock around a screen from Ingram. They feed it into the corner. Here's Durick. Durick back outside. Kaylock off the dribble. Bounce pass right of the lane. Ingram's shot rejected. It's taken away by Westminster. And then subsequently a steal by Grove City's Hertzler. Now, these two defensive teams are getting after it, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Westminster showed zone for a possession, came right back into the man, forced a couple of turnovers. Then in the transition defense, the Wolverines did a great job to get the ball right back.
Hertzler brings it back up to the top of the key. Hertzler hands it off to Kaylock. Kaylock onto the wing. Durick back to Kaylock, firing. Three ball. That one short. Offensive board taken down and stuck back off the rim. No good by Durick. And the rebound comes down to Westminster's Natalie Murillo. Here's Polchinski crossing over right near that elbow. And now looks at head coach Roseanne Scott. Onto the wing. This is Moore. Moore inside the three-point line. Lobs it underneath. From the right wing. Three ball off the rim. No good. No good for Mackenzie Powell. And it goes back to Grove City with 5:24 left.
Yeah, that set, Westminster, there was a lot of standing around. Muriel wanted the ball down low. They didn't get it to her in the right spot. She had to kick it back out, and with the shot clock ticking down, best shot they could get was the three-pointer.
So we're down to 5:24 to play here in the second quarter. Durig trots it across. Defended by Hergenrother into the hands of David Sizer. David Sizer raises up off the back edge, no good. And the rebound comes down to Mackenzie Powell of Westminster. Hergenrother is directing traffic. Hergenrother heads around a screen just inside the three-point line. Over to Polchinski for three. It's an air ball. It's tapped out of bounds. And with that, we take timeout. 25-18. We'll be back after this on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Ryan Halicki, 33 WYTV Pinpoint Weather.
Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print in Girard has been a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game for over 10 years. For all of your personalized school or business apparel, event and business signs and posters, they've got you covered. There's only one place to go, Nightline, West Liberty Street, Girard.
Hi folks, Steve Bott from Mark Thomas Ford. I hope you're enjoying tonight's game. Stop out and see us for any of your automotive needs. We're 2 miles north of the Route 82 bypass on Elmwood in Cortland, Ohio.
MCCTC is an option for students in 10th grade to make that decision for 11th and 12th grade. Students typically come to us because they want a different way of learning. They really want to get working with their hands. We have waiting lists for the majority of our programs by March. If you are interested in coming to the Career Center, think about it early. Feel free to call or email anytime to schedule your private tour. We can't wait to meet you.
Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print in Girard has been a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game for over 10 years. For all of your personalized school or business apparel, event and business signs and posters, they've got you covered. There's only one place to go, Nightline, West Liberty Street, Girard.
And it has been a back and forth affair as we welcome you back to Buzz Riddle Gymnasium at Westminster College. A rivalry renewed in the President's Athletic Conference. Westminster at the moment with a 25-18 lead over rival Grove City. Chad Krispinski, Jeff Hamilton with you out of the timeout. Here's Grove City with the basketball. Durig has it onto the wing to Kalock. She swings it back up to the top of the key. Durig spinning free, cut off at the free throw line. Fenchel raises up, way off the mark. Camden Hergenrother, who lost a contact earlier, got popped in the head again. She may lose it again, and maybe both.
I was just going to say that. It looked like she got right by the eye again. She's checking that eye. She got raked right across the face there when she was going for that loose ball. She's tough, staying right in the game. You know, you can see Westminster's really playing with a lot of confidence. They have not lost a game since the calendar year has turned 2022. They're on a 5-game winning streak. And you can see why. That defense that they're playing, they're holding teams under 60 points a game.
25-18 is our score. Westminster has the basketball on the left wing out front. This is Hergenrother. Cardinal Mooney product. Crosses over, heads around a screen, penetrates into the paint, raises up. It's off the rim, rattles out. Offensive rebound, pulled down, and there's a tie-up and a jump ball called. It stays right here. Good hustle on both sides. Emily Hess working hard for Westminster in particular.
Yeah, I don't know how Hergenrother's shot didn't go in. It touched every bit of that rim, dropped down, and then popped back out. But like you said, Hess was working hard to get Westminster another possession.
Baseline take. The dish off is intercepted. And it is picked off by Fenchel. The Wolverines are in business. Here's Durig. The ball is kicked, and it's out of bounds. 3:53 to play in this first half.
Grove City's going to have to look to push the pace a little bit more. When they let Westminster set up their half-court defense, it's really a struggle to score as well as they're playing in the half-court set.
Off the dribble comes Durig. She's cut off right near the elbow. Here's K-Lock into the paint, whips it out to the right wing. 3 ball in the air, off the mark from Sizer, and Hergenrother tears down another rebound. Boy, it seems like she's in on every play in the ball game so far. 6th rebound already with 3:30 left. Hergenrother just inside the 3-point line, a little bit too strong. Off the miss, offensive board for Hess. Top of the key, jumper up and good. That's Natalie Murillo.
And one thing that Grove City at this end has been settling for a lot of is a lot of three-pointers. This is where they've got to go. Look inside, try to score inside the paint, because right now the 3-ball is not going down for them.
Long 2 up, it's no good. A collision and another tie-up, and guess who's in the thick of it all? Hergenrother once again, and this time it'll stay with Grove City as the Wolverines go back to the bench. It'll be Hertzler, Hannon coming back in. Also, Nina Kano is in.
Yeah, I want to see this again on the replay. I think Hergenrother, yeah, she gets hit on the side pretty good there. You got to love when your point guard's in the paint trying to get those rebounds amongst the bigs.
Hertzler has the ball into Hannon. Back to Hertzler. Hertzler penetrates with 1 dribble. Work it up to the top of the key. Sizer for 3. She knocked it down.
Grove City needed that one.
In a big, big way. It's 27-21 Westminster. We're down to 2:38 in a rolling second quarter clock. Up at the top of the key. Off the dribble. This is Natalie Murillo. Off to Condolian. To the free throw line. Here's Moore. Up, around, and it comes out. At the rebound down to Clara Hannon. Hannon cut off outside the 3-point line. Heat check. Sizer short on that triple try. And the rebound comes down to Grove City underneath. Great take on a reverse. Scooped up and in. Nicely done by Kano.
That was a great move by Kano there. Kano felt where the defensive pressure was coming from. It was on the high side. She dropped on the low block and uses the rim to protect her shot from being blocked.
Inside 2 minutes left. 27-23. Westminster basketball. Mariah Vincent looking things over. Has it over to Murillo. Murillo into the paint. Murillo loses the handle, gobbles it back up, spins and hits.
She is crafty. She averages nearly 18 points a game. She can shoot the 3, but she penetrates really well, and she can score around the rim.
Clara Hannon trying to answer back, unable to do so, and off that miss, rebound to Elena Moore, and the freshman off the bench. It's been very effective working the boards. Up ahead to Mariah Vincent. And now Westminster will crank some clock.
And Murillo, the ball's in Murillo's hands. She's leading the game in scoring right now with 14 points, looking for more.
Jumper by Polchinski. It was short and off the miss. Rebound to Podkol. We're inside the final minute of this second quarter. Here's Hertzler in traffic off the bottom of the rim. 2 whistles and a foul has been called. It'll be called on Caitlin Condolian. And that'll be Condolian's first. So Hertzler will step to the stripe, a 41.7% free throw shooter.
You get Hergenrother back in the game for the last 51.6 seconds of the half. Have your point guard get you into some good stuff at the half-court set. Maybe create some havoc with some defense as well.
First free throw is no good by Hertzler, who's out of McKeesport, Pennsylvania. She's played in all 12 games as a number 2 point guard. The Wolverines, 4th on the team in steals, 5th in assists. She splits the pair.
Now that's one thing you say about Grove City. If they're going to press like this, they play a lot of girls. They're in and out and bringing different bodies in, keeping people fresh so they keep this press on you the whole time.
Polchinski over to Hergenrother. Here's Condolian. Cut off on the baseline. Condolian in traffic, has her pocket picked by Hannon. Here come the Wolverines up ahead. Podkol puts it up off the front edge. It won't go. Inside 30 seconds left. Here comes Westminster. Up to Powell. Powell inside the 3-point line. Feeds it up at the top of the key just inside the stripe. And now Roseanne Scott will take a timeout. So a timeout by Westminster. Westminster with a 29-24 advantage. Talked about all the local connections. There you see Coach Scott is a product of Struthers High School. She played collegiately at Bethany and has been here a long time, 20 years, and she has quite an assistant there, a tremendous basketball player at Austintown Fitch, Megan Sefcik. She had a whale of a career and then went on to the college ranks to play at Akron.
And you know the one thing Coach Sefcik used to do too, because I was coaching Borman at the time, and Coach Siepen was at Fitch, and she would have summer league, and Coach Sefcik would get a group of those girls that graduated in the summer and come play against all the younger kids and really get after it. She was a heck of a player at Fitch and had a great career at Akron. It's great to see her coaching here on the sidelines, and I know she's got to be doing a great job with these young girls at Westminster.
Undoubtedly. 19.1 seconds left. It's Westminster basketball.
There's a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Inside the three-point line. Ball in the hands of Moore, and she's off the mark. Seconds winding down. Long-range shot. It went at the end of the first quarter for Grove City, but it was not duplicated here as we have reached halftime. So, your halftime score in President's Athletic Conference action. It's Westminster 29 and Grove City 24. Our halftime festivities will begin when we come back. You're watching live coverage of the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Lindsay Watson, weeknights on 33 WYTV News.
For the best pizza downtown, visit Avalon Downtown Pizzeria. Dine-in and take-out is available, and delivery is offered for local businesses. Visit our website for new store hours. Call to place your order. Avalon Downtown Pizzeria on Federal Street.
We are Venture Salem. We produce the fascias, trim elements, and interior plastic components used on millions of cars today. We are a great place to start building a career from the ground up. As a light industrial laborer, robotics operator, team leader, and more. Begin your career with Venture Salem. Apply today at jobs.ventra.com. Venture Salem, where careers are built.
Opioid use disorder is an epidemic. Like COVID-19, it's impacted many lives in the African American and Hispanic Latino American communities. Fortunately, there's help. Assessment by a certified treatment organization can determine the most effective treatment option. There are many excellent programs in our community that can successfully treat this problem, and Youngstown UMADOP can refer you to local providers that treat substance use disorders. Call 330-743-2772 for more information.
To learn more, visit gcc.edu.
We'd love to have you come into our showroom to see the latest in carpet and all styles of flooring. Style, selection, savings, Satoli. SatoliCarpet.com.
For the best pizza downtown, visit Avalon Downtown Pizzeria. Dine-in and take-out is available, and delivery is offered for local businesses. Visit our website for new store hours. Call to place your order. Avalon Downtown Pizzeria on Federal Street.
Welcome back to Buzz Riddle Gymnasium here. At halftime, it is Westminster 29, Grove City 24. You see a picture there. It is senior day. There is one single solitary senior that is being honored for Westminster. It's Megan Polchinski, and I do believe that's a photograph of her. So congratulations on senior day, and it's an emotional day certainly as we move along through what is the final season in the college ranks.
Yeah, and it was a nice ceremony they had before. We got to see it. Her sister plays for Grove City. The family was out there. It was a really nice scene.
It's really cool when you're the only senior being honored. All the focal points go right to you. Hey, let's check back in with our keys to the game. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Avalon Pizza downtown. Avalon downtown, the Valley's best pizza. Jeff?
For Grove City, they wanted to play with pace, and I thought they did a great job with that, especially Podcool. Podcool does a great job of being the rim runner. She runs down the floor as a big. She's got the ball and a lot of good opportunities to score. For Westminster's win the battle of the boards. And one of the leading rebounders for Westminster's, actually their point guard, Cam Ergenrother. When you're a little short size compared to your opponent, everybody needs to rebound, including the guards. And finally, get defensive. And you and I both saw that. They do it different ways. Westminster does it in the half court. Grove City does it in the full court. But both teams play great defense.
Yeah, that pressure style and then that half court defense working for Westminster. Grove City going to get done with that pressure-packed style that they play. So, likely those individuals have the WKBN mobile app dialed up. If you haven't downloaded the WKBN mobile app, what are you waiting for? We have all the information and all the sports highlights, scores, and stories for you all season long. We will take a timeout and bring you back to Buzz Riddle Gymnasium on the campus of Westminster College. Our halftime coverage continues after this. Westminster 29, Grove City 24. We'll be back after this on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Glenn Rome and Jim Lowboy, 33 WYTV News Daybreak.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you'll make. The relationship between a realtor and client requires a trusted bond. At Zid Realty, we've been building long-term relationships based on professionalism and exceptional customer service for over 31 years.
Stunning, stylish, and skillfully built, bring home the time-honored craftsmanship of Amish-made furniture at Sheely's. Proudly built in Ohio's Amish country, we carry some of the best quality Amish brands to bring you these handcrafted pieces. From different wood species to a variety of hardware options and hand-rub finishes, when you buy a piece of Amish furniture from Sheely's, you're buying an heirloom piece to last your family a lifetime. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Right now, we have the absolute best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs at the Stadium Pre-Owned Superstore. Our lot is stocked with all makes and models of the pickup trucks you're looking for. And if you want an SUV, we've got a Terrain, Trax, Equinox, or Encore at the lowest prices anywhere. If you want to shop online, log on to StadiumGM.com to see our great selection and even fill out your credit app. And don't forget, we will buy your lease car and you can make thousands from it. All at the store. That always gives you more. The Stadium GM Pre-Owned Superstore in Salem.
Why did I choose Westminster College? Because real experiences lead to real success.
Good luck to both teams tonight from America's Wholesale Outlet. You'll never know what you'll find at America's Wholesale Outlet, South Avenue next to the Amish Market.
Hi, I'm Joe Zidian. I'm proud to have been in the real estate business for the last 40 years. If you're looking to sell your home, my job is to get you the highest price in the most reasonable amount of time. Call me for a free market analysis with no obligation.
Welcome back to the campus of Westminster College. We're in women's action here at halftime. It is Westminster 29 and Grove City 24. Hi again, everybody. Chad Krispinski back with you alongside Jeff Hammerton. And it is time for our halftime report. Our halftime report is brought to you by Mahoning County Career and Technical Center and Church Hill Counseling. Jeff, let's take a look at the team numbers from the first half of play. What do you see?
Well, the first thing I see is the shooting percentages. Both teams are struggling a little bit from the field. Grove City only shooting 25.6% from the field. And one of the reasons is the defense Westminster's playing. They're backing off, they're sagging a little bit and making you shoot that three-pointer. And right now, Grove City isn't knocking those down. From the free throw line, Westminster has the advantage, and the turnovers is pretty even.
We knew coming in we would see plenty of points piled up by Westminster junior Natalie Murillo. She's first in the PAC, 17.6 points per game. Good-looking move here, spinning and converting.
And she scored many different ways. You see there, she's scoring in the paint. She also knocked down a 3 in that half. She knows how to get the ball and get it to score. Other stats, miscellaneous ones that we're looking at now, rebounds. That was one of the things Westminster wanted to do and was worried about, and you can actually see they're out-rebounding Grove City right now. Assists, Grove City has the lead. That's the way they play. They're pushing the ball, and steals. That half-court defense Westminster's playing is creating a lot of steals. They have 8 of them in the first half.
And Grove City certainly struggled a bit to knock shots down. You said 25%. Well, no struggles here. Beating the buzzer at the tail end of quarter number 1. Doesn't get much better than that. Off the window for Allison Podkol. Again, she beats the buzzer. Our leading scorers look this way. Murillo with 14, Podkol with 7, and it all adds up at the moment to a 29-24 Westminster lead. So we hope you're enjoying this live presentation of President's Athletic Conference action. And we want to remind you that while we have the opportunity, be sure to pull your phones out now and scan the QR code that is up on your screen right there. We'll give you a second to do so. And what you'll get is the following. You'll receive local news stories delivered straight to your email inbox every single morning. So pull out your phones and scan that QR code. You get the best of WKBN and all of its news department and sports information and weather at your fingertips and in your email inbox. So 29-24 Westminster with a 5-point lead. We'll take another timeout and bring you back and get you set for the third quarter after this on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
WYTV.com, your home for community news.
At BIOS Wellness Urgent Care in Youngstown, we offer more than you could expect from an urgent care center. We provide physical health, sports, and pre-employment physicals, as well as treating urgent mental health, substance abuse issues, and performing autism testing. Our registration is almost completely contactless. We provide rapid and antibody COVID-19 testing. Now is the time to get your rapid PCR test for those traveling out of the country with proof of travel and an appointment. Fast and friendly service for all of your health needs. Visit BIOS Wellness Urgent Care.
Sweeney is your General Motors lease return headquarters. No matter where you bought your GM vehicle, we accept all Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC lease returns. Free of judgment, free of hassle, with no questions asked. Safely and securely. Now it's even better. If we buy your car, we'll cut you a check for $2,000 whether you purchased it at Sweeney or not. Plus, we'll waive your disposition fee. Click SweeneyCars.com or stop by Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC on Market Street in Boardman. Sweeney.
To learn more, visit gcc.edu.
We are Venture Salem. We produce the fascias, trim elements, and interior plastic components used on millions of cars today. We are a great place to start building a career from the ground up as a light industrial laborer, robotics operator, team leader, and more. Begin your career with Venture Salem. Apply today at jobs.ventra.com. Venture Salem, where careers are built.
Getting ready for a high school basketball game? Coca's Pizza's got you covered before and after the game. Call any location for pickup and delivery. Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
And welcome back to Buzz Riddle Gymnasium on the campus of Westminster College. Here at halftime, it is Westminster with a 29-24 lead. Chad Krispinski alongside Jeff Hamilton. As we get set for the second half of play, of course, these two teams in a rivalry game, it typically does go right down to the wire more often than not. What do you want to see from each side, Jeff?
Well, for Grove City, I'd like to see them push the pace more. Westminster hangs their hat on that half-court defense, and Grove City's been slowing the ball down and playing right into that a little bit, and every possession's been a grind for them. When they've got up and down the floor, they've gotten Podcool in good situations where she could score and get some easy buckets. From the Westminster side, just keep doing what you're doing defensively. You don't need to come out further than the three-point arc until Grove City can start proving they can knock those down on a regular basis. One thing I would like to see Westminster do, too, is I'd like to see them push the pace a little bit with Hergenrother. She's got a ton of speed. She gets the team out and moving, and they get some easy opportunities as well.
I mentioned these two things, these two teams, these rivalry games go down to the wire. The last time these two met was in the middle of the 2020-2021 season, and it was Grove City rolling to the victory on their home floor, 89-55. And so, talked about the defense coming in for both of these teams, and it was on display here. That pressure style forcing the issue, and again, it leads to good things for Grove City.
Yeah, and the tough thing there is you get Mariah Vincent picking up the ball in the trap zone, and K-Lock then took full advantage of that. And that's what we talked about, the two different styles they play defensively. Westminster, they dig their heels down in that half court, where Grove City's up pressing you full court. You get those runouts every once in a while, especially when you get the traps in the right spot.
Of course, we have women's action set for the second half now, and coming up about 20 minutes following the conclusion of Grove City and Westminster women's basketball action. It'll be the men. There's plenty of local talent that we'll get to when we get to that point. Fast forward to tomorrow night, and we talked about all the local talent for both of these teams on the women's side and the men's side. Going back to the high school ranks, we're heading to Trumbull County as Howland will play host to Cardinal Mooney in boys high school basketball action. You can see Howland battle Mooney live tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on MyYTV, and of course, as always, streamed live on the WKBN app. That should be a good one. Couple of teams with identical records, looking forward to that. But we've been looking forward to this one here tonight for a long, long time. And these two programs are laying it all on the line, so to speak.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And they're jockeying for positions in the President's Athletic Conference. You've got Westminster coming in in third place. You have Grove City in fourth place. So this is a big game in conference. And we talked about Westminster wanting to defend their home court.
And certainly making her mark once again for Westminster in this one, and doing it in a variety of different ways. It's Natalie Murillo splashing that one in. She's also moved inside a bit on occasion. She's been very impressive, and her resume speaks for itself. And she's shown us in this first half why she's the leader in the President's Athletic Conference in terms of scoring at just under 18 points a game.
Yeah, she almost hit her average in the first half, and you nailed it right on the head. She is scoring many different ways. If you want to lay off of her, she'll knock down the three. If you come out and pressure the basketball on her, she'll figure out a way to beat you to the hole and score.
And so to start things here in the third quarter, it will be Westminster with the basketball. Camden Hergenrother picks up her double. Over to the right side of the aforementioned Murillo. And Hergenrother got whacked. Boy, she's gotten beaten up a little bit here.
That's
lost
at least
contact earlier.
It's at least the third or fourth time she's been hit. She got knocked in the side that one time. I think she got it in the mouth. In this one, she's been hit across the face. Yeah, she got it right back over there, right on the mouth.
And that's the third on Grove City's Mara Polchinski. So the ball back in the hands of Hergenrother. Bouncing it over to the right side to Murillo. This is Lindsay Bell. Bell feeding Hergenrother. Hergenrother. Her pass is off the fingertips of Mackenzie Powell. It's out of bounds and will go back to Grove City.
It's a great play there by Hergenrother. Hergenrother felt like she was overplayed on the backdoor cut. She's got the help to come up to her. She dumped the pass off, just wasn't able to connect.
K-Lock with the basketball. Traveling called, and it goes back to Westminster. Going back to the previous Westminster possession, what Roseanne Scott told me yesterday is the following, and she said, look, she wants to see Lindsay Bell get a little bit more aggressive offensively. She said she's growing into that and becoming more comfortable, but in the high school ranks, she played with the talent Deschanette Harris, and she rarely had a chance because Deschanette was such a tremendous player, but they want her to be more aggressive with the ball.
she was surrounded. Daisha Harris was a phenomenal player, but they had a lot of other pieces on that team as well.
Yep.
You know, it wasn't just her. You know, Lindsey Bell on that team was really a rebounder, and she had to get herself in position to create her own baskets, you know, off the misses. Where here, you know, I could see how the coaching staff would want her get to the low block, be aggressive, ask for the ball.
Murillo is short on the jumper from the top of the key. Over the time stripe into the forecourt. They lob it underneath the basket. And the errant pass is intercepted. And it's taken back in the opposite direction. Ahead of the pack, Mackenzie Powell. Powell pitches it to the right side. Murillo for three. It skims the net. And it's knocked out of bounds. And it'll go back to Grove City.
Now, this second half has started a little sloppy. There's been 4 turnovers already. We haven't even played 2 minutes in this half. We know the defensive pressure is good, but some of this is self-inflicted. These teams have to take care of the basketball a little better.
29-24. Strong shot up, no good, but it's cleaned up and stuck back up and in by Podkul. 29-26. The plot thickens. Across the time stripe. Errant pass over and back, and it goes right back to the Wolverines.
You have 5 turnovers already to start this quarter. It's the defensive pressure there. That was the full court press. It's not always a steal for a layup. It's just maybe creates a tougher pass, maybe not as good of an angle as a normal pass that you normally throw. Next thing you know, get an over back and get an extra possession.
Like a premature inbounds. So the officials say, come on back here, let's start this all over again. Ball is into Hertzler. And Hertzler feeds it onto the wing outside the three-point line. Dribble drive. Up and in, plus the foul. What a finish for Grove City's Kaylock.
I think they're going to get Cam Hergenrother here with the reach as she went by her. And that'll be Hergenrother's second foul.
Kaylock leads Grove City in scoring. She's second in the conference in scoring and second in the team with 15 three-pointers. And it is now a 29-29 basketball game. At the other end, Murillo has it for Westminster. Murillo penetrates, and she fights it up and in, plus the foul. An eye for an eye, and a chance for a three-point play.
And we've talked about how Murillo can score. She can hit the three, she can drive the paint, but watch what she does here. She stops and creates the contact. Instead of jumping in to the hoop, what she did was she jumped back where the defender was to create that contact.
Second foul on Kylie Ingram, by the way. So the team foul situation is this. Westminster with 1, Grove City with 2. Lindsey Bell ends up with the basketball for the Titans outside to Hergenrother. Hergenrother bounces it over to Murillo. Murillo back to Hergenrother, thinking about a three, now crossing over. Floater up off the rim, no good. But the rebound down to Grove City's Hertzler.
This is going to be a tough call here. They might get both of them. You had Hergenrother tied up with Kaylock. I think they're going to get both of them with the foul. They're going to give this to both 14 and 33. Okay, there's the foul on Hergenrother, and there's the foul on Kaylock.
Yep, so tough to see exactly what it was that happened.
You know, I had caught it as it was coming up. Hergenrother and Kaylock were tied up, and Kaylock almost reached and grabbed a part of Hergenrother's jersey. Hergenrother took offense to it and tried to move her arm off of there, and the ref caught both of them.
So Grove City has the basketball. They bounce it into the low post. It's taken away by Westminster. Here come the Titans up the floor. Megan Polchinski. Up at the top of the key. Polchinski. Around a screen. Polchinski underneath to Murillo. Murillo up, no good. But she will shoot a couple of free throws. That'll be Hertzler picking up the personal. So the team foul situation now, Grove City has 4. Remember, when you get to 5, it's 2 shots the rest of the quarter. 79% free throw shooter is Murillo.
She's just hit her average right now. That's 17 points on the game to lead all scorers. 18 points for Murillo so far.
6:32 left in the third. It's 33-29. Up at the top of the key, ball in the hands of Polchinski. Top side Ingram from the right wing. Here's Polchinski. Podkul in traffic, fights it up and in.
And that's where Podkul makes a living. I know Podkul banked in that shot right at the end of the first quarter, but when she gets the ball on the lone block, she's a dangerous scorer.
Murillo has it, top of the key. Murillo firing, 3-ball, back edge, off the rim. It comes off, and the rebound down to Grove City. Up the floor. This is Hannon, and Hannon is fouled. I think they just got Murillo, who is puzzled.
They did get Murillo, and the problem there was with Westminster's transition defense. Look at where they decided to stop the ball. They didn't stop the ball until it was almost down there at the low block.
Substitutions in. Nevaeh Ewing among those for Grove City. And checking in for Westminster, it's Emily Hess. By the way, that foul that was called on Murillo is her first. Grove City basketball. Ball is into Ewing for 3. She's got it.
Great sub. We'll give Coach Baker the sub there for bringing Ewing in. Perfect timing out of the out-of-bounds play.
34-33 is our score. Traveling called, and Grove City gets the ball back with a 1-point lead. What a ball game this has been.
Right, and out of that out-of-bounds play, you bring in a sub, you run the play, Ewing's open for the 3, and then to knock it down, you can see the energy it's given the Wolverines here.
34-33. Grove City up by 1. They lob it over to David Sizer for 3. She knocked it down! And a timeout has been taken with 5:29 left to play. And with that, we'll take timeout. Grove City up 4 on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Local obituaries and calling hours at myvalleytributes.com.
At Trumbull County Children's Services, we are in need of loving foster families to provide care for our children during their most vulnerable moments. We need families for children of all ages, but especially families to care for our older children as well as our sibling groups. We pride ourselves in providing support to our foster families. Let us support you while you support our children. If you are interested in becoming a foster family, call 330-372-2010.
Are you tired of your bank caring more about taking your money than about you? At ASECU, we're open to the community and proud to be one of the last locally owned and operated financial institutions in the Valley. Want to keep your money local and save hundreds on your home or auto loan? It's time to make the move to ASECU, where people, not profit, has always been our first priority. Stop in today and experience the credit union difference. ASECU, a service everyone can use.
We'd love to have you come into our showroom to see the latest in carpet and all styles of flooring. Style, selection, savings, Satoli. SatoliCarpet.com.
And welcome back. A good one brewing in New Wilmington. 37-33, Grove City leading Westminster in women's college basketball action. Grove City pressure has ratcheted up another notch. And there is a Grove City foul. Tag to, let's see, Katie Bowler.
And this is personal. And this is the college game. That's the 5th foul of the second half, but it's per quarter. So this foul is going to put Westminster at the line, not for a 1-on-1. They're going to be shooting 2.
So to the free throw line for Westminster will step Mackenzie Powell. And Powell is an interesting story as she puts the free throw in. She's a soccer player here at Westminster as well. She joined the basketball team a little bit late, but they love her soccer quickness, so to speak. She's a 55.6% free throw shooter. And she puts the free throw in to cut it to 37-35.
And that's one of the really great things about Division III basketball. A lot of times kids can play multiple sports. That's
There's a lot of
cool.
examples, yeah. Nathan Sizer onto the left side to Nevaeh Ewing. That one way off the mark. The rebound down to Mackenzie Powell. Up the floor come the Titans. Here is Murillo all alone. Shot was deflected. Grove City with a rebound. Up ahead to Podkul. Podkul put it up and in.
And I know I've been saying it over and over, but Podkul runs the floor as well as anyone I've seen. She gets up and down the floor very quick.
39-35 in favor of Grove City. Here's Murillo in traffic, slicing her way in, and she stuck it off the window.
And every time Grove City makes a run, they made a big run here. They were down 4 to start the half. Murillo's always there to silence that run and get a big bucket for the Titans. She now has 20 points.
Another big night for Murillo. 2-point lead for Grove City. Polchinski around a screen, raising up for 3. Back edge, no good. And the rebound taken down by Westminster's Emily Hess. And now the Titans will slow it up just a bit.
You can tell the pace. These girls have been out here for a while. They're getting tired. At the scores table right now is a whole group of subs coming in. Get some fresh legs on the floor.
Hess has it top of the key, looking down low. From the seat of her pants, it's Murillo able to grab a hold of it, and there is a whistle and a Grove City foul. And I think they just tagged Kate Bauer. That's the case. 4 new Grove City players come in off the bench. Lindsay Bell is back in for Westminster. So pretty much wholesale substitutions for the Wolverines and head coach Shelley Foose. So 3:40 left. We have a timeout taken in a 2-point contest. Grove City up 39-37. And you just felt in that first half and in the early parts of this third quarter, Westminster kind of had things under control. And then, boy, that pressure ramps up. And look where we are. Grove City, what a job by the Wolverines.
Yeah, and another big difference is when you knock down a couple 3-pointers. In that first half, Grove City was ice cold from beyond the arc. They hit back-to-back 3-pointers, and it just flipped the script and got them the lead.
Westminster comes into this one overall 8-5. Roseanne Scott's team riding a 5-game win streak. Grove City, meanwhile, 7-5, seeking a second consecutive win. Make sure you watch for the Ventura Salem play of the week. It comes your way every Friday night at 11 o'clock on WKBN 27. So Ryan Allison will have that. Our sports director will have that for you tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. And I have a sneaking suspicion a buzzer beater that we saw at the end of the first quarter, that may be a strong candidate.
It's definitely going to be high on the list. And again, every time Westminster gets down a little bit, look who's at the free throw line or getting the ball in the paint, ready to make a play to get her team right back to a tie game.
Free throw up, and the free throw is good. And the point total increases for Natalie Murillo, 21 points. She's a 79.2% free throw shooter, and she drilled a couple. And it's now a 1-point game. 39-38. Checking in for Westminster is Brianda Davis out of Streetsboro High School. So back and forth we go. Wolverines with the basketball. Mara Polchinski has it onto the wing to Kaylock. Kaylock, couple of dribbles. And brings it back up to the top of the key into the paint. In traffic, Kano loses the handle, gobbles it back up, and draws the foul. Lindsay Bell is not in agreement. She thought the foul was called on her. It was not. It's Megan Polchinski picking up the personal, which is her second.
And you see what Grove City did there. The last couple times, they've settled for threes. After making a couple, they missed both of them, one pretty badly, so they went right back into the paint, trying to get an easy bucket near the hoop.
Free throw up, and it is no good off the fingertips of Nina Kano. She's a 50% free throw shooter. Kano misses the second one as well.
And how many games have we done where it's come to the free throw line that's decided the game? You got to knock those down, especially in tight games and in the second half.
Polchinski outside. Polchinski slices into the paint right across the free throw line and then retreats and then crosses over. She's cut out. Outside Powell to the top of the key, to the hands of Bell. This is Polchinski for three. A little bit short and off to miss. The ball is out of bounds. It'll stay right here with 2:50 left in the third quarter.
Another one of those little differences too. You shoot a three, you shoot a shot, you miss it, the ball goes out of bounds defense. The shot clock only resets at 20 seconds. You don't get those full 30.
Bell had a clean look, wasn't able to convert, and it's Clara Hannon now for Grove City, bringing it up the floor. Hannon looks onto the wing. This is Kaylock. Around a screen, Kaylock feeds it back underneath. Kano fires and hits.
Last two possessions, get the ball to Kano in the paint. That's going to be the emphasis of the Wolverines. Try to get the size and get the ball down low.
41-39 is our score. This is Polchinski feeding it to Davis. Davis to the free throw line. Jumper up. It is no good. Grove City comes down with the board. 2 minutes to play in the third. Kano scoops it up. It won't go. Rebound ripped down by Lindsey Bell.
Great rebound by Bell. In a lot of traffic, ripped that down and has now started the break in the other direction.
Vincent for three. She knocked it down. Back and forth we go. 42-41 out of bounds. And it goes back to Westminster with 95 seconds left.
And although it's just one rebound, that was a huge rebound by Bell. She was in a ton of traffic. She ripped that down, had made a great outlet pass to start the break for the Titans, and they were able to get Vincent for the wide open look on the three.
The ball is into Polchinski. There's Vincent. Back to Murillo. Into the hands of Bell. And now Westminster is really deliberately slowing things up. Davis inside the three-point line has it knocked free from her grasp. Here come the Wolverines. Kaylock stops, puts it up, off the rim, no good. Rebound tracked down by Ingram, and the ball is out of bounds. And do we have a foul?
Well,
I believe we do.
Yeah, it's going to be on Polchinski. I believe that's going to be her third foul too.
You are right on it.
And that'll be the 15th foul, which will now send Grove City to the line to shoot two.
So everybody's shooting two. The rest of the quarter. Sitting down is Polchinski, and back in is Powell. Here's a look at the foul that was committed. Free throw up and good. Ingram is a 33.3% free throw shooter. She's out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Kings High School. This is the second, and we stay deadlocked at 42. Off the dribble, Murillo out to Bell, firing three ball. Got it! They say it's a long two. Foot on the line. So not a triple. 44-42. The official was right on it.
And Lindsey Bell says, I can score from inside, I can score from outside. It's one of the things you talked about, her being more aggressive at the offensive end. It was good to see her knock that shot down.
Away from the ball, there's a foul. And it's going to be a foul on Mackenzie Powell. That is her first. Look at the contact, a big-time collision. And so, free throws upcoming for Grove City's Blaze Kilmartin out of Bishop Guilfoyle High School.
And the free throw line has not been kind to the Wolverines tonight. They're shooting 41% as a team from the free throw line.
And it's up and good. We're now to 38.1 seconds left. 44-43 is our score. Powell has it on the wing around a screen. Powell is cut off and pitches it back outside into the hands of Vincent. Lob over to Murillo. Murillo gives to Bell, who raises up. Off the rim, no good. The rebound comes down to Kylie Ingram. Shot clock is off. 12 seconds left in the quarter. Baseline jumper up off the rim, no. It's cleaned up. Second try won't go. Third time won't go either. And the ball is out of bounds. It stays here with 4.1 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. But a chance for Grove City to again beat the buzzer. Hertzler set to inbound for the Wolverines. Hertzler has it. K-Lock firing. It's off the mark. No good. And the third quarter's in the books. We go to the fourth. Westminster up 1 on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Find a job now at myvalleyjobstoday.com.
Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print in Girard has been a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game for over 10 years. For all of your personalized school or business apparel, event and business signs and posters, they've got you covered. There's only one place to go, Nightline, West Liberty Street, Girard.
Stunning, stylish, and skillfully built, bring home the time-honored craftsmanship of Amish-made furniture at Sheely's. Proudly built in Ohio's Amish country, we carry some of the best quality Amish brands to bring you these handcrafted pieces. From different wood species to a variety of hardware options and hand-rub finishes, when you buy a piece of Amish furniture from Sheely's, you're buying an heirloom piece to last your family a lifetime. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Why did I choose Westminster College? Because real experiences lead to real success.
Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print in Girard has been a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game for over 10 years. For all of your personalized school or business apparel, event and business signs and posters, they've got you covered. There's only one place to go, Nightline, West Liberty Street, Girard.
10 minutes to play in what has been an absolute treat. President's Athletic Conference Women's Basketball. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Westminster with a 1-point lead as we're underway here in the fourth quarter. Chad Krispinski, Jeff Hammerton with you. Grove City goes right back underneath. Shot off the mark.
How about the emotion there by Podkol?
She's all fired up. A senior from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. That's the second foul on Murillo. And Podkol puts the first one up, and it's off the rim, no good. She's a 66.7% free throw shooter. She's the real emotional leader for this team, and she's a great free throw shooter. 4th on Grove City's career free throw shooting list, 79.2%.
She's the leading scorer tonight, too, for the Wolverines. She has 14 points to pace Grove City.
Traveling call, and the turnover gives it right back to Grove City with 9:39 left to play in the game.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Wolverines right now run a screen for Podkol to get her coming off and going to the hoop, maybe getting her the ball down low.
Podkol raises up. Back edge, no good. And the rebound comes down to Westminster's Murillo up ahead of the pack. Polchinski outside Bell. Back to Murillo in traffic. Puts it up. It won't go, but she will go to the free throw line.
And one thing Murillo does so well is she creates her contact. The defender isn't trying to foul her. The defender's trying to stay straight up. But she uses her body and great body control to create that contact as she's going up to earn those free throws.
Yeah, Roseanne Scott, the Westminster head coach, said even though that she is from the Pittsburgh area, she brings a real Youngstown mentality, a very versatile player, as we've seen, playing inside and outside, and that makes her very difficult to guard. She's a great leader for Westminster, and she gives the Titans a lead. She's 6 for 9 from the stripe, and it's 46-44. Grove City has the ball. It's onto the wing, into the hands of Hannon, and now back out front. Around to the left side, it's Polchinski. Off the dribble comes Hannon. Hannon back to Polchinski. 8 seconds, now 7 left on the shot clock. Lob underneath, it's intercepted, and it ends up in the hands of Hergenrother. Ahead to Polchinski, jump stop. She puts it up and in.
And that's the transition game I like to see the Titans do. Get the ball in Hergenrother's hands, and everybody else run the floor. She'll find you if you're running the right way.
48-44. This is Kano. Jumper inside the three-point line. Perfect. Clara Hannon knocks it down, and we have a timeout taken. And it comes with 8:29 left. We'll be back after this on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Len Rome and Jim Lowboy, 33 WYTV News Daybreak.
Hi folks, Steve Bott from Mark Thomas Ford. I hope you're enjoying tonight's game. Stop out and see us for any of your automotive needs. We're 2 miles north of the Route 82 bypass on Elmwood in Cortland, Ohio.
To learn more, visit gcc.edu.
At Youth Intensive Services, our mission is to help families and individuals of all ages suffering from addiction, mental and emotional disturbance. We offer a range of services from individual, couples, and family counseling to medication management, employment services, and background checks. YIS also performs autism testing, diagnosing, and consultation on behavioral interventions in your home, school, or community. Learn more today at youthintensiveservices.com. Youth Intensive Services is there if you or a loved one is in need. Contact us today.
The plot thickens here with 8:24 left to play in the fourth quarter. Westminster 48, Grove City 46. Chad Krispinski and Jeff Hamilton with you. Westminster out of the timeout with the basketball. It's in the hands of Megan Polchinski. Here's Powell. It's taken away from her. Up ahead to Kaylock, who draws the contact and the foul, and now she is all fired up.
Yeah, the 2-2-1 pressure by the Wolverines. They're ramping it up, and Westminster's bringing the ball into those trap areas on the sideline, which is allowing the steals and the breakouts.
Third foul on Natalie Murillo, and so to the free throw line, where Grove City will step Megan Kaylock. She's an 82.4% free throw shooter. And Kaylock puts the free throw up and in.
Yeah, they need her on the line. Going into that right there, they were 6 of 14 from the free throw line this evening.
48-48 is our score. Powell outside Hergenrother. Cardinal Mooney product. Bouncing it to Murillo. Murillo looking to bounce it to Polchinski, but the ball ricocheted out of bounds. It'll stay here. Shot clock is at 14. Polchinski has it out front to Hergenrother. Hergenrother now to Murillo. One dribble, puts it up. No good. Lindsey Bell had the rebound, and now it's in the hands of Grove City. Here's Kaylock spinning free. Loses the handle, gobbles it back up. Three ball for Daven Sizer, barely skims the rim. It's a tie-up, and Lindsey Bell hit the deck and almost whacked her head on the baseline. And it's a tie-up, and the possession arrow gives it to Westminster with 7:35 left to play in the game.
Daven Sizer loves those three-pointers. She had the ball inside the three-point line. She dribbled out to try to take that one.
Powell back to Murillo. And now Polchinski feeding it to Hergenrother, who loses the handle and pitches it to Murillo for three. She's got it! 51-48 is our score. Turnover as Grove City's Jaden Daven Sizer stepped on the far sideline. And it'll give it right back to Westminster with 7:15 left.
Murillo's having the aim. That was her 27th point this evening for the Titans.
Ahead to Hergenrother. Hergenrother back to the top of the key. Polchinski for three. She knocked it down. 54-48 is our score. Grove City on the offensive attack. Off the miss. Good defense on the interior. Ahead to Hergenrother, to the line, to the lane. Hergenrother back to Powell. Top of the key. Polchinski walked with the basketball, and it goes back to Grove City.
Well, those were one of those possessions you felt if Westminster had a great shot at it or scored there, I'd have been one of those haymakers like in a boxing match. It would have been a knockdown. You'd have to see the Wolverines get a timeout there. Turnover there might open the door for Grove City. Sneak back into this one.
So both sides going back to the bench. In for Westminster, it's Mariah Vincent, among others.
If you're Grove City here now, you cannot have the turnover. And who else but Murillo on the steal?
But she wasn't able to put it in. Off the miss, an opportunity for Grove City. There's Kalock, short. Off the miss, Bowler with the board. In traffic, Podkul bounces it up, it won't go. Grove City continues to do the job on the boards, and Clara Hannon ends up back with it. Here's Hertzler out front. Defended there by Mariah Vincent. Into the hands, onto the wing. It's Kalock with a scoop, it won't go. She forced that one, and Murillo with a rebound ahead to Hergenrother. This is Murillo, who raises up and knocks it down.
Yeah, you're going to need a timeout here if you're Grove City. You need to slow the momentum down.
Timeout on the floor. 29 points for Natalie Murillo. She's done it this quarter, especially from the outside, mid-range, same end result.
Yeah, great shot there. The one before, she was shocked. She did the great steal, went all the way down and had the breakaway layup and missed it. It doesn't phase her, though. Comes right down, hits a tougher shot in the middle of the paint on the pull-up.
They love her decision-making. They love how she can post up. Makes her very difficult to guard because she's so versatile, and they especially love the leadership that she brings to this Westminster team. And this team has certainly built itself a nice little 56-48 lead after seeing a lead squandered earlier in tonight's contest.
Yeah, it was tied at 48 not long ago. You had the back-to-back three-pointers and then the Murillo bucket right there to go on an 8-0 run for the Titans here. Grove City has to respond.
Down to 5:51 left in the ball game. Westminster has roared ahead here in the fourth quarter, 56-48. Grove City trying to scratch and claw its way back in. Podkul in the paint. Works it over to Hannon. Hannon is defended by Polchinski. This is Kalock. Around to the near side, into the corner, Hertzler. Hertzler heads around the screen, back around to the opposite side, left of the lane. Giving over to Hannon. Hannon scoops it off the glass and in, plus the foul.
Big response by the Wolverines. It's what you love to see when you burn a timeout to slow the momentum from the other team. You come down on the offensive end and get a bucket. An and one is just a bonus.
Emily Hess picks up the personal foul. Team foul situation is this. Westminster with 3, Grove City with 1. There's another look at that outstanding finish. Hannon, an 83.3% free throw shooter, but she's unable to complete the and one, and nobody from Westminster seemed to want to grab it. They finally did, though, and the Titans will work it across. Out front, Polchinski penetrates into the paint, scoops it up, shot blocked. There's a whistle and a foul. They just got Clara Hannon.
That's a tough call on Hannon there. Looked like she was in pretty good position. She thought it was clean. See if there's some body with it. Well, that's a tough call on Hannon right there.
Blaze Kilmartin is in. Sitting down is Haley Fenchel. So back to the free throw line will step Megan Polchinski, who puts the first one in. She connects on 54.5% of her free throws.
And this is really the difference in the game. When you look at the free throw line, what Westminster's doing from the free throw line versus what Grove City's doing from the free throw line is how you get the 7 points.
57-50, just about halfway home in this fourth quarter. Outside to Podkul. And back to Mara Polchinski. Onto the left wing, Clara Hannon. There's bodies flying every which way and contact, and there's a whistle. It'll be a Westminster foul, and it looks like they're going to get Mackenzie Powell with the personal. That is her second.
Team fourth now, so the next foul that Westminster commits for the rest of this quarter, Grove City's not in a 1-on-1. Grove City will be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the game.
So Durig to trigger it in, and does so to Mara Polchinski. Have it onto the left side. Clara Hannon backing in. Now takes it baseline. Puts it up over everything. Hannon working hard for the offensive board. Whips it back outside. Great hustle. And now Podkul. Has it to Polchinski.
Only 10 seconds on the shot clock. Grove City's got to get something going to the hoop.
Hannon from the elbow. Puts it up and in.
If you're Westminster here, you want to keep it off the sideline if you can, and don't bring it right across half court and pick it up.
57-52 is our score. Ball looked like it was kicked. It was. And we'll stay right here with 4:11 left. Murillo has had a monster ball game. Into Polchinski, and now Lindsey Bell. 3 ball in the air, halfway down, it came back out. Powell taps it to Polchinski, and now another opportunity for Westminster. Here's Hergenrother back around to the top of the key. Hergenrother feeding Powell, who almost walked. Off the dribble, Murillo raises up, and it falls off the rim, no good. We're inside 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 57-52. Onto the wing, this is Polchinski, who will now set something up for the Wolverines. Handing it off to Durig. Bouncing it into the paint. Pass is intercepted, ahead to Hergenrother, to the line, to the lane. Great look for Powell. Powell's shot is blocked, but there's a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, and that's Hergenrother again. Hergenrother had a good look at it, but she then passed it off for a great look, and now at the free throw line will go Mackenzie Powell.
It'll be number 2 called on Ashley Durig. So off the bench for Grove City is Fenchel as well as Kaylock. And Powell is a 55.6% free throw shooter. And Powell, this is the first.
These free throws down the stretch, especially under 4 minutes to go in the game. Got to knock these down, and if you're Grove City, you got to box out. You don't want to give Westminster any chance for a second chance opportunity off a missed free throw.
58-52, Grove City. Shot rejected underneath by Bell.
That's a big-time block. You had Fenchel wide open for a layup, and Bell just erases it.
On the attack, Fenchel for Grove City. Puts it up in traffic, way off the mark. Look at Bell scratching, clawing hard for the rebound.
Going to get a jump ball here, and it's going to stay Grove City's basketball.
3:03 left. I can't get over that block.
And that block, it's one block, but the next time Fenchel touched it, she came in, and you could tell in the back of her mind she knew Bell was going to be there.
Like a volleyball kill.
Altered her shot.
From the free throw line, up and good. Allison Podkul knocks it in. And that cuts it to 58-54.
And that's Podkul's 16th point. If you're Grove City, you're going to have to go to her most of the way for the last 2:45.
Polchinski for 3. She knocked it down. 61-54, 2:38 left. These two slugging it out in a rivalry affair. Right of the lane into the hands of Podkul. Podkul backing in. Podkul fights it up and off the glass for 2. And a timeout has been called by Shelley Foose of Grove City.
If you're Westminster, you have got to deny Podkul the basketball. She has scored the last couple of trips down the floor.
There you have a look inside the huddle of this Grove City team, and Shelley Foose in her 9th season as the head coach, her 16th season overall at Grove City. She was an assistant for 7 years. And boy, she has certainly led this program to some great heights. leading the Wolverines to a program record 25 wins, a conference title, and an NCAA tournament berth in 2019-20 campaign. 125 wins as a head coach. But she finds her team trailing by 5, 61-56.
She only has one timeout left. Use that timeout right there to set up the pressure. Down 5. She's going over who we're going to foul if we need to foul at any point, but changing up the pressure a little bit. Going man here, not the 2-2-1.
Ball is into the hands of Powell for Westminster. And Powell bouncing it across. This is Murillo. And now Hergenrother as we approach the 2-minute mark. Hergenrother has it on the right side. Back to Murillo for 3 again. She's got another.
What a big shot by Murillo. That's her 32nd point, and then you get a turnover at the other end, and now you have the ball up 8.
And I don't think there is any suspense, provided that Westminster hangs on, who we will be speaking with after the ball game. 4 triples out of 8 attempts for Natalie Murillo. And it's 64-56. Hergenrother has it for Westminster. We are now inside of 2 minutes left in the ball game. Inside Murillo. Murillo up off the rim, and she will shoot 2.
You just get Murillo, who buries a 3 on you, and now she cuts to the hoop. There isn't much contact, but again, all created by her. When she gets the ball, she knows exactly what she wants to do with it.
Mara Polchinski commits the foul. That's her 4th. Look at that. 32 points by Murillo, 32 points by the rest of the Titans.
This is an amazing statistic. Coming in averaging 18 points a game. She has a chance right here to get points 33 and 34.
79% free throw shooter is the junior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Second free throw is off the rim. It's 65-56. 1:45 left. Underneath, in traffic, off the glass, and good for Kano.
Now the pressure needs to be ramped up. Need to deny the inbounds pass. Trap as soon as they start dribbling the basketball.
Polchinski ahead to Powell. Powell to Bell, and now Hergenrother, and the Titans will play a little keep away.
Smart basketball right there by Hergenrother. Had an opportunity to maybe go to the hoop. She knows time's more important than another bucket.
Into the corner, Powell. They work it to Bell. Here's Hergenrother. Shot clock down to 4. And now 3. Hergenrother fights it up off the rim. No good as the shot clock was set to expire. Up to Kaylock. Kaylock has her pocket pick. Gets it back. And is able to draw the foul.
Yeah, one thing you don't want to do if you're Westminster, you don't want to foul and put them at the line. You don't want them scoring while that clock is stopped. And that's a big foul there on Murillo. That's her 4th foul.
And so to the free throw line will step Megan Kaylock. And that free throw up no good. She connects on better than 82% of her free throws. And Grove City's leading scorer on the season in terms of points per game slices it to a 65-59 ball game with less than a minute to play here in the 4th quarter. Chad Krispinski, Jeff Hammerton with you. Westminster built a little lead. Grove City roared back and took the lead. Here comes Westminster back again. Back and forth, a good women's college basketball action, to say the least.
Very good women's basketball game. And it was that little spurt where Murillo hit the 3 and Polchinski hit the 3 that kind of got that separation. And then you look at the 6-point difference, and really, when you look at the whole game, it's how the 2 teams have shot free throws. Westminster's really knocked theirs down. Grove City struggled at the line tonight.
Roseanne Scott said in regards to the rivalry with Grove City was always near the top of the league, even when she was a player at Bethany, and she loves this rivalry. She says it's fun, it's competitive, And she's thrilled with how her team has played, I would bet, here tonight. They've seen a little adversity, felt a little bit of it, and then bounced back.
Well, they've responded every time Grove City's made the run at them.
So the ball is into Polchinski. 55 seconds left. And it'll be 2 free throws upcoming for Megan Polchinski. And she's a 54.5% free throw shooter. She has 12 points. We talked earlier about multi-sport athletes. Well, Megan Polchinski is one of those. Also a member of the Westminster women's lacrosse team. Polchinski, the only senior on the team. Honored prior to this one. She'll attend medical school at the Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine. Just a really scrappy player. And a timeout has been taken.
Polchinski has 14 points, quietly has 14 points. When Murray's having such a big night, who are the other role players who have scored? And Polchinski's been that person.
So we're down to 55.2 seconds left. And as I look up onto the scoreboard, it appears that Grove City is out of timeouts. Westminster has 1 timeout remaining. So take me inside each of these respective huddles. We'll start with Roseanne Scott. What's she telling her group right now?
First of all, she's saying no fouls. We do not want to foul. We do not want to put them at the line, especially a three-point shooter. Close out the right way. We're not looking to block, because if you foul a three-point shooter, they can get themselves back in the game. If you're Grove City, it's an 8-point game. It's a 3-possession game no matter how you do the math. So you're telling your players, go right to the hole. Let's just get it to 6, which is a 2-possession game, and set that trap up. We don't have to start panicking and nailing threes or shooting threes if we can get right to the hoop, because at this end you're figuring they're not going to foul us. So let's go to the hole. Let's see if we can cut this to a 2-possession game.
All right, out of the timeout, 55.2 ticks left.
And one of the neat things here about the college game is with that timeout, you got to advance the ball.
Yep. So Grove City will have it. And it's Polchinski lobbing underneath. Wide open look for Kano. She couldn't convert. And Westminster comes down to the board in a subsequent Grove City foul.
And that was a great play drawn up by the coaching staff. Shelly Foose, she exactly what we talked about. Get the ball going right to the hole. Let's get an easy 2. They ran a great out-of-bounds play and just couldn't complete it.
And that will be the 3rd foul tag to Allison Podkul. And the free throw is up, and it is good for Megan Polchinski. She is looking for another free throw make, and she has it.
They're 19 of 25 from the free throw line, Westminster. That's how you close out games, by knocking those down, especially late.
69-59. Ball is saved in. Long-range triple try, way off the mark. Hergenrother ties things up with Nina Kano. And the possession arrow will give it to the Titans. So we're down to 34.8 seconds left. Ball is into Hergenrother. And now back to Murillo, who gets it across the time stripe into the forecourt. And a reach and foul tag to Podkul. So more free throws upcoming. As Hergenrother will step to the stripe. Fourth foul, by the way, on Grove City's Podkul.
And Hergenrother comes in shooting 86% from the free throw line. So who do you want the ball? Whose hands do you want the ball in late in the game to close things out? You want Cam Hergenrother having the ball. When she's your best ball handler, she's your point guard. She leads the team in assists. She leads the team in steals. And one of your best free throw shooters on the team.
Knocking in a couple. It's Hergenrother. 71-59. And we have another whistle. And a foul.
And that's one thing Westminster's coaching staff didn't want there. We don't need any fouls in this situation. Hergenrother just looked to the bench and said, I tied her up. I didn't think I got her.
So the free throw is up and it's good. It's 71-60 with an even 23 seconds left. And the free throw is up and it is good. 71-61. Off the takeaway, Grove City a chance to dig into this deficit with the clock stopped. Megan Kaylock not going away quietly, that's for sure.
Coach Scott, she's very calm and cool on that sideline. She exploded right there when that foul was called. And that'll be the 5th foul of the game on Natalie Murillo.
So what a job by Murillo tonight. Her night ends with 20 seconds left on this 4th quarter clock. 33 points for Natalie Murillo. Number 33 is at the free throw line, and Megan Kaylock of Grove City. Kaylock has 13 points, I do believe. Puts it up, and now 14. And we have a full timeout called by Roseanne Scott. A reminder, coming up after this one, of course, we'll have all of our post-game festivities. We'll visit with a player of the game, and unless something changes dramatically, I think it's pretty clear who we're going to be visiting with, unless Westminster somehow is able to watch a 71-62 lead evaporate. We'll also hear from the winning head coach. We'll take a look at some final numbers and then get you set for game 2 of our doubleheader. It'll be the men's matchup between Westminster and Grove City. Meanwhile, the women, take a look at the schedule that was coming up.
The women have been red hot for Westminster. They came into this game riding a 5-game winning streak. It started on December 31st, and you really see how they're playing. They're playing with a lot of confidence. Their next 3 games, if they continue playing the way they do, those 3 teams are in trouble.
Yeah, they've certainly put on a show here in this one. It is 71-63. There's a look at Grove City's upcoming schedule, what lies ahead.
Well, this game was just cruising along. I feel like this last 51 seconds has been a lot of stoppage, a lot of fouls. It's really slowed the pace of this thing down.
So Westminster has it, and there's a what? Offensive foul, I do believe.
Now they're going to call a foul here on Westminster. They're going to get Polchinski.
That's her 4th. A 3 here could make things a little bit interesting. So Polchinski has it. Clear path to the basket. She puts it up. Can't finish. But it's cleaned up and stuck back in by Podkol.
Now it's a 2-possession game. And now they get the steal. You got to shoot a 3 here.
Off the takeaway. 3 ball in the air. Off the glass. It won't go by Kaylock. And there's a big-time tie-up. Boy, nobody's leaving anything on the floor here. We're down to 3 seconds left. Possession arrow, by the way, will keep it with Grove City.
Had to shoot a 3 there. That almost banked in. He had banked that one in. It would have been a 3-point game with about 5 seconds to go.
So Grove City basketball into the corner. Kaylock for 3. It's an air ball, and the ball game is over. Final score in this one here tonight in women's college basketball action. It is Westminster 71, Grove City 65. Westminster has now won 6 straight ball games following their latest victory here this evening. We will take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll visit with our player of the game. That's on the way next. You're watching live coverage of the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Aaron Dean, weeknights on 33 WYTV News.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you'll make. The relationship between a realtor and client requires a trusted bond. At Zid Realty, we've been building long-term relationships based on professionalism and exceptional customer service for over 31 years.
Throughout this COVID pandemic, many people have felt more anxiety than ever before. At Churchill Counseling, we're here to help. We continue to offer all of our counseling and psychiatric services both in person and through telehealth. Your mental health and wellness continues to be our priority. We work with individuals, couples, and families with locations in Canfield and Liberty. To learn more about the services we provide, visit churchillcounseling.com. When it's time to take back your life, call Churchill Counseling.
MCCTC is an option for students in 10th grade to make that decision for 11th and 12th grade. Students typically come to us because they want a different way of learning. They really want to get working with their hands. We have waiting lists for the majority of our programs by March. If you are interested in coming to the Career Center, think about it early. Feel free to call or email anytime to schedule your private tour. We can't wait to meet you.
Opioid use disorder is an epidemic. Like COVID-19, it's impacted many lives in the African American and Hispanic Latino American communities. Fortunately, there's help. Assessment by a certified treatment organization can determine the most effective treatment option. There are many excellent programs in our community that can successfully treat this problem, and Youngstown UMADOP can refer you to local providers that treat substance use disorders. Call 330-743-2772 for more information.
Winter is coming, and the Stadium GM Pre-Owned Superstore has a safe-to-go-in-the-snow vehicle for everyone at the best prices in the Valley. For families, we've got excellent pre-owned SUVs like Terrains, Equinoxes, Encores, and Trax. For truck buyers, we've got plenty of two-wheel drives, four-wheel drives, and tough Super Duties. And for the luxury buyer, we've got the area's best selection of pre-owned Cadillacs you'll find. So log on to StadiumGM.com to see our great selection and even fill out a credit app. All at the store, where Zero Down delivers every day. The Stadium GM Pre-Owned Superstore in Salem.
Getting ready for a high school basketball game? Coca's Pizza's got you covered before and after the game. Call any location for pickup and delivery. Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
Hi, I'm Joe Zidian. I'm proud to have been in the real estate business for the last 40 years. If you're looking to sell your home, my job is to get you the highest price in the most reasonable amount of time. Call me for a free market analysis with no obligation.
And welcome back to Buzz Riddle Gymnasium, where we just saw a really good women's college basketball game. Westminster outlasting Grove City by a final score of 71-65. And Westminster has now won 6 straight contests. And Westminster now improves to 9-5 on the season and 6-2 in President's Athletic Conference play. Meanwhile, Grove City drops to 7-6 on the campaign, and their bid to make it 2 straight wins comes up short. They drop to 4-3 in President's Athletic Conference action. So we're waiting for the arrival of our player of the game and get the thoughts of a young lady who certainly did a tremendous job, but as you can see, loosening up and getting us set for game 2 of our doubleheader. It's the Westminster men and the Grove City men. And once again, much is the same case as was with the women. Plenty of local talent from both sides and plenty of local connections and ties for both of these men's teams as well. So 71-65 is our final score in women's college basketball action. And we're trying to take a look and see if our player of the game will be heading over. And she indeed is taking her spot, so she'll join us here in just a moment as we get you set for men's action between Grove City and Westminster College. Chad Krispinski back with you. Jeff Amerton will join us here in just a moment. It's now time to indeed select our player of the game. Our player of the game award is sponsored by Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print. and Bios Wellness Urgent Care. Player of the game for tonight's game one of the doubleheader, Natalie Murillo. 33 points, 7 huge free throws, and some big shots down the stretch in a big fourth quarter. Natalie, thanks for joining us. Congratulations. We'll start with the rivalry between Westminster and Grove City. It's always got to feel pretty special to get a rivalry win. How special is it for you right now?
Yeah, we know coming in it's always going to be a good game. We just got to always pretty much play our best to pull out a win, so it always feels great.
Tell me about your performance in this one tonight, because it seemed like in that second quarter you started to feel a little bit comfortable as a team, and then they used that pressure. They kind of ratcheted it up and clawed their way back in, and then in that fourth quarter in a tie game, boy, you really pulled away. Tell me what was working so well for you. Big shot after big shot. What do you like about what you did this evening?
Yeah, they pressured us well, but we knew coming in we had to handle that. I think my teammates do a really good job of getting the ball and whoever's hot, even if it's not me. We share the ball really well. Everybody hit big shots when we needed to, so I think that really worked in our favor.
How dangerous can that unselfishness that all of you have? You're able to distribute the ball. You have a big night scoring, but other scorers can contribute as well. How dangerous can that make this team as you work towards the end of the regular season and into the postseason?
So dangerous, I think, because you can't really key in on one person. If they focus on Meg, Cam's going to step up and hit a shot. If they key in on her, I'll hit one. We have Lindsay and Kenzie, and we have a couple girls off the bench who are going to produce too. So you can't really key in on one person because we hit shots that we need to and we do everything. Natalie, I had a chance to talk with your head coach, Roseanne Scott, yesterday, and she said what she really loves about this team is how well all of you have come together. You play so well together on the floor. You get along well together off the floor. What is it about this year's team? You've now won 6 straight that brings it all together and makes you have so much success. We just have so much fun together off the court. I think Christmas break was really good for us. We were pretty much the only ones on campus here, and we all hung out every night as a team, and we just do a lot of off-court bonding, which I think produces on the floor for us really well. Last thing, and we'll let you go after this. You've now won 6 straight games. The regular season winding down just a little bit as you look ahead towards postseason play. Do you have a good feel for what this Westminster women's team is going to be able to accomplish moving forward as you look towards next month? Yeah, I really do. I think it's all about who's going to peak at the right time. We have a couple more big games coming up that we got to get done, but I'm really excited for the postseason. I think we're going to go deep. Congratulations on a great performance, and congratulations on a huge rivalry victory over Grove City. Thank you. That's our player of the game, Natalie Murillo. She finishes with 33 points. Westminster holds off Grove City by a final score of 71-65. We'll continue our post-game coverage of Game 1 after this. You're watching live coverage of the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Ryan Halicki, 33 WYTV Pinpoint Weather.
For the best pizza downtown, visit Avalon Downtown Pizzeria. Dine-in and take-out is available, and delivery is offered for local businesses. Visit our website for new store hours. Call to place your order. Avalon Downtown Pizzeria on Federal Street.
To learn more, visit gcc.edu.
Sheely's is more than a furniture store. We're a hub for all of your appliance needs. With over $1 million of in-stock inventory from top manufacturers, we offer the best selection at everyday low prices. Our knowledgeable, no-pressure sales staff can help you find the right appliances, whether you're just starting out, replacing, remodeling, or looking to upgrade. We're there for you beyond your purchase to service what we sell and offer free local delivery with 24-month special financing. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
We'd love to have you come into our showroom to see the latest in carpet and all styles of flooring. Style, selection, savings, Satoli. SatoliCarpet.com.
On My Valley Pros, I'm trying to find you a career, and let's do it with Rick Organ from Heinz Industry.
Come join Heinz. We're experiencing tremendous growth, and we're planning for the next 25 years.
Wait to hear all the information about this steel industry on My Valley Pros.
Next daybreak, bitter cold, but sunny Friday.
Nugget takes you inside the box office. How did it get that name?
Daybreak, we always have a good box office. Standing room only every morning at 5.
When winter in the Mahoning Valley hits its hardest, turn to 33 WYTV for all the closing and delay information you need. 33 Pinpoint Weather is always working ahead of the storm to prepare you for the dangerous conditions that can happen in an instant. When weather impacts your day, trust that we're here to keep you informed. Turn to WYTV.com, 33 Pinpoint Weather, and download the 33 WYTV app. Sponsored by Ainsley Heating and Cooling, Dallas Hartman Attorneys at Law, and Teal College.
For the best pizza downtown, visit Avalon Downtown Pizzeria. Dine-in and take-out is available, and delivery is offered for local businesses. Visit our website for new store hours. Call to place your order. Avalon Downtown Pizzeria on Federal Street.
And welcome back to Buzz Riddle Gymnasium on the campus of Westminster College. It is Westminster coming away with a 71-65 win over Grove City in women's college basketball action in the President's Athletic Conference. It is now time for our coaches interview. Our coaches segment is brought to you by Trumbull County Children's Services. Let us support you while you support our kids. We're pleased to be joined by the Westminster women's head basketball coach, Roseanne Scott. And coach, congratulations on a tremendous win here today in a rivalry affair. You told me yesterday these games typically come down right to the very end. What's your emotion now coming away with a hard-fought victory against Grove City?
Oh, I'm just happy for the players. You know, they work hard, and I knew it was going to come down to either the last bucket or it was going to be free throws, fouls, you know. So I'm just really happy that our girls executed at the end, stayed focused, and got the victory. What
was the difference in the end? You pulled away a little bit in the first half. They scratched and clawed their way back in. Same way in the third quarter, into the fourth quarter, and then you really, in the final 5 minutes, really pulled away. From your perspective, what was the difference? I thought we did a good job of pushing the ball. We felt like they were a little tired, that we could get the ball up the floor and get some quicker shots out of their defensive rotation when they're coming back from their press. We did a good job of breaking that and keeping them on their heels. So that is really what we had, you know. Natalie hit some big threes. Megan hit some big threes for us, and pretty much they were kind of wide open. So I think the tempo is what helped us in the last 5 minutes. I got to ask you about Natalie and what she meant to you tonight. Yes. 33 huge points. Anytime you needed a big shot, she provided it. What can you say about what that young lady did this evening? That's been like every game. I mean, every game. We rely on her. It's crazy how you know, I didn't even realize she scored. I haven't seen the box score yet. I didn't even know she scored 33 points. And you know, that's Natalie, and she finds a way to get it done. She works hard. It might not be pretty at times, but you know, I thought her teammates did a good job of realizing the mismatches that they had on her, getting it inside, and her just being aggressive and taking it to the basket she was great tonight. Coach, your team has now won 6 straight games, plenty of momentum as we get ready to turn the calendar towards the month of February. You told me yesterday you really admire and love how this team gets along on and off the court. Tell me about that. What makes this team so special to you? It's people. You know, we win with people, and I have a great team. They're great people. I have a great assistant coach who's a great person, and it shows. I mean, look how happy they are for each other, the chemistry that they have out there on the floor. I mean, they've just been a joy to be around. It's funny you said it's going to be February. That's how fast this season's going and how much fun that we're having. And, you know, they really have worked hard together, and even during break. I mean, they've done everything together when classes weren't here, and, you know, it's been very special. Coach, congratulations on a tremendous win in a rivalry. All the best to you moving forward, and we'll catch up down the road. Thank you. Thank you guys for covering this game. We really appreciate it. Absolutely. That's Roseanne Scott, the Westminster women's head basketball coach. Westminster tops Grove City 71-65. We'll be back after this on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.